ordeal, ordeal,
block, block,
blockade, blockade, scar, scar, synthetic, synthetic, synthesis, synthesis, synthesize, synthesize, dull, dull, utter, utter, utterly, utterly, nasty, nasty, commemorate, commemorate, commemoration, commemoration, centennial, centennial, buddy, buddy, vegetation, vegetation, vegetarian, vegetarian, pinch, pinch, pistol, pistol, bygone, bygone, hypocrisy, hypocrisy,
hypocrisy, hypocrisy,
hypocrite, hypocrite, hypocritical, hypocritical,
woe, woe,
woeful, woeful, bow, bow, referee, referee, shortage, shortage, short, short, shelter, shelter, refuge, refuge, refugee, refugee, refine, refine, retail, retail, retailer, retailer, recruit, recruit, retreat, retreat, reinforce, reinforce,
rebel, rebel,
rebellion, rebellion, replace, replace, reluctant, reluctant, reluctance, reluctance, renowned, renowned, renown, renown, casual, casual, casualty, casualty,
undergo an ordeal, undergo an ordeal, go through an ordeal, go through an ordeal, ordeal by fire, ordeal by fire, an ordeal by fire, an ordeal by fire, overcome an ordeal wisely, overcome an ordeal wisely, live through life's ordeal, live through life's ordeal, a block of ice, a block of ice, a block of stone, a block of stone, a chopping block, a chopping block, butcher's block, butcher's block, die on the block, die on the block, ahead of the newest block, ahead of the newest block, tower block, tower block, an office block, an office block, a block of flats, a block of flats, the university's science block, the university's science block, building blocks, building blocks, give discounts for block bookings, give discounts for block bookings, set aside a 3-hour block for something, set aside a 3-hour block for something, a block of ticket, a block of ticket, a store occupying an entire block, a store occupying an entire block, 2 blocks away, 2 blocks away, block a street, block a street, block the exit, block the exit, a blocked sink, a blocked sink, stumbling block, stumbling block, a block on a railway, a block on a railway, the block movement, the block movement, a block of shares, a block of shares, a block sum, a block sum, block rubber, block rubber, block salt, block salt, a block in the water pipe, a block in the water pipe, a naval blockade, a naval blockade, an economic blockade, an economic blockade, food blockade, food blockade, to impose a blockade, to impose a blockade, to lift a blockade, to lift a blockade, break a blockade, break a blockade, enforce a blockade, enforce a blockade, run the blockade, run the blockade, a paper blockade, a paper blockade, blockade a port, blockade a port, blockade a harbor, blockade a harbor, a blockaded port, a blockaded port, a scar on his cheek, a scar on his cheek, a vaccination scar, a vaccination scar, surgical scars, surgical scars, leave a scar on one's good name, leave a scar on one's good name, a face scarred with sorrow, a face scarred with sorrow, get a scar, get a scar, heal to a scar, heal to a scar, battle-scarred buildings, battle-scarred buildings, the scar dies away, the scar dies away, a prominent scar, a prominent scar, a noticeable scar, a noticeable scar, an ugly scar, an ugly scar, an hideous scar, an hideous scar,
Scar wound, scar wound, scar tissue forms, scar tissue forms, synthetic drugs, synthetic drugs, synthetic material, synthetic material, synthetic fuel, synthetic fuel, synthetic resin, synthetic resin, synthetic rubber, synthetic rubber, a synthetic flavoring matter, a synthetic flavoring matter, synthetic flight training, synthetic flight training, speech synthesis, speech synthesis, protein synthesis, protein synthesis, make a synthesis, make a synthesis, synthesize a gene, synthesize a gene, synthesized fertilizer, synthesized fertilizer, a dull pupil, a dull pupil, have dull palate, have dull palate, become dull, become dull, a dull book, a dull book, a dull color, a dull color, a dull light, a dull light, a dull thud, a dull thud, dull weather, dull weather, a dull ache, a dull ache, a dull pain, a dull pain, a dull blade, a dull blade, a dull boy, a dull boy, a dull sermon, a dull sermon, dull sight, dull sight, be dull of hearing, be dull of hearing, a dull place, a dull place, a dull market, a dull market, dull the pain, dull the pain, dull a razor's edge, dull a razor's edge, a nasty injury, a nasty injury, to utter a cry, to utter a cry, utter a soliloquy, utter a soliloquy, utter a sigh, an utter denial, an utter denial, make an incantation, make an incantation, utter an incantation, utter an incantation, go to utter ruin, go to utter ruin, utter ruin, utter ruin, an utter darkness, an utter darkness, an utter stranger, an utter stranger, utter chaos, utter chaos, utter panic, utter panic, be utterly exhausted, be utterly exhausted, defeat utterly, defeat utterly, forget utterly, forget utterly, be utterly worn out, be utterly worn out, a nasty accident, a nasty accident,
Nasty temper. To have a nasty temper. To have a nasty temper. A nasty bend. A nasty bend. A nasty injury. A nasty injury. To have a nasty mind. To have a nasty mind. Nasty jokes. Nasty jokes. Virus and other nasties. Virus and other nasties. A nasty smell. A nasty smell. A nasty taste. A nasty taste. Nasty medicine. Nasty medicine. A nasty dog. A nasty dog. Nasty trick. Nasty trick. A nasty remark. A nasty remark. Turn nasty. Turn nasty. A nasty look in one's eye. A nasty look in one's eye. Nasty weather. Nasty weather. A nasty book. A nasty book. A nasty rock to climb. A nasty rock to climb. Have a nasty fall from a tree. Have a nasty fall from a tree. A nasty situation. A nasty situation. A nasty position. A nasty position. Get oneself into a nasty mess. Get oneself into a nasty mess. Commemorate the victory. Commemorate the victory. Commemorate war generals. Commemorate war generals. Commemorate an anniversary. Commemorate an anniversary. A commemoration service. A commemoration service. War commemoration. War commemoration. A commemoration festival. A commemoration festival. A commemoration meeting. A commemoration meeting. A centennial anniversary. A centennial anniversary. A bosom buddy. A bosom buddy. An old buddy. An old buddy. Lush vegetation. Lush vegetation. Scrubby vegetation. Scrubby vegetation. Tropical vegetation. Tropical vegetation. Luxuriant vegetation. Luxuriant vegetation. Marshy vegetation. Marshy vegetation. A vegetarian diet. A vegetarian diet. A vegetarian restaurant. A vegetarian restaurant. A strict vegetarian. A strict vegetarian. A vegetarian diet. A vegetarian diet. Vegetarian principles. Vegetarian principles. Be pinched with cold. Be pinched with cold. Be pinched with poverty. Be pinched with poverty. Be pinched for space. Be pinched for space. Pinch and save. Pinch and save. A pinch of salt. A pinch of salt. The pinch of poverty. The pinch of poverty. When it comes to the pinch. When it comes to the pinch. At a pinch. At a pinch. In a pinch. In a pinch. Upon a pinch. Upon a pinch. Pinch point. Pinch point. Make a pinch. Make a pinch. Pinch a loaf. Pinch a loaf. I pinched his leg. I pinched his leg. An automatic pistol. An automatic pistol. Air pistol. Air pistol. Water pistol. Water pistol. Starting pistol. Starting pistol. Revolving pistol. Revolving pistol.
The snout of a pistol. The snout of a pistol. A 38 caliber revolver. A 38 caliber revolver. A 38 caliber pistol. A 38 caliber pistol. A bygone age. A bygone age. A bygone era. A bygone era. Bygone days. Bygone days. Bygone beliefs. Bygone beliefs. Do hypocrisy. Do hypocrisy. Hate hypocrisy. Hate hypocrisy. Expose somebody's hypocrisy. Expose somebody's hypocrisy. Sheer hypocrisy. Sheer hypocrisy. Display hypocrisy. Display hypocrisy. Impatience of hypocrisy. Impatience of hypocrisy. Expose a hypocrite. Expose a hypocrite. Play the hypocrite. Play the hypocrite. A hypocritical act. A hypocritical act. A hypocritical lie. A hypocritical lie. Hypocritical words. Hypocritical words. Financial woes. Financial woes. A tale of woe. A tale of woe. A scene of woe. A scene of woe. A woeful face. A woeful face. A woeful situation. A woeful situation. A woeful song. A woeful song. A woeful spectacle. A woeful spectacle. Woeful ignorance. Woeful ignorance. A slender bow. A slender bow. A crooked bow. A crooked bow. Bop off bow. Bop off bow. Assistant referee. Assistant referee. Act as a referee. Act as a referee. A refereeing decision. A refereeing decision. Referee a football game. Referee a football game. Appeal to the referee. Appeal to the referee. A referee board. A referee board. A manpower shortage. A manpower shortage. A shortage of funds. A shortage of funds. A shortage of labor. A shortage of labor. Food shortages. Food shortages. Housing shortages. Housing shortages. A shortage of munitions. A shortage of munitions. Reserve shortage. Reserve shortage. At a short distance. At a short distance. A short war. A short war. A short way off. A short way off. A short time ago. A short time ago.
At short notice. At short notice. On short notice. On short notice. A short temper. A short temper. A short journey. A short journey. Short wait. Short wait. A short thinking. A short thinking. A short hour. A short hour. A short 10 miles. A short 10 miles. In short supply. In short supply. Be short of money. Be short of money. Keep a person short. Keep a person short. A short answer. A short answer. Be short of breath. Be short of breath. A short contract. A short contract. Have a short memory. Have a short memory. Speak short. Speak short. Park short of the gates. Park short of the gates. Stop short. Stop short. Bring up short. Bring up short. Pull up short. Pull up short. Break short off. Break short off. A short drink. A short drink. Tax shelter. Tax shelter. Bus shelter. Bus shelter. An animal shelter. An animal shelter. A night shelter for the homeless. A night shelter for the homeless. A shelter from the rain. A shelter from the rain. Find shelter from a storm. Find shelter from a storm. Take shelter from a storm. Take shelter from a storm. Go under shelter. Go under shelter. Clothing, food and shelter. Clothing, food and shelter. Shelter a person for the night. Shelter a person for the night. Shelter an escaped convict. Shelter an escaped convict. Shelter behind a hedge. Shelter behind a hedge. Shelter in a cave. Shelter in a cave. Traffic island. Traffic island. A place of refuge. A place of refuge. Provide refuge. Provide refuge. Provide a refuge. Provide a refuge. Women's refuge. Women's refuge. House of refuge. House of refuge. Find a refuge. Find a refuge. Take refuge from a fire. Take refuge from a fire. The last refuge. The last refuge.
Free for refuge. Free for refuge. Give refuge. Give refuge. A harbor of refuge. A harbor of refuge. Set up refugee camps. Set up refugee camps. Economic refugee. Economic refugee. War refugee. War refugee. Political refugees. Political refugees. A refugee government. A refugee government. A stateless refugee. A stateless refugee. A consolidated refugee center. A consolidated refugee center. The process of refining sugar. The process of refining sugar. The process of refining oil. The process of refining oil. Refined sugar. Refined sugar. Refined metals. Refined metals. Refined manners. Refined manners. Refined style. Refined style. Refine one's language. Refine one's language. Refine one's thoughts. Refine one's thoughts. Refine the language. Refine the language. Refine on the method. Refine on the method. The retail trade. The retail trade. At retail. At retail. Reduce retail margin. Reduce retail margin. A branch retail store. A branch retail store. A retail price. A retail price. A retail dealer. A retail dealer. A retail shop. A retail shop. Sell by retail. Sell by retail. Retail apocalypse. Retail apocalypse. Retail gossip. Retail gossip. Retail the news. Retail the news. Volume retailer. Volume retailer. A licensed retailer. A licensed retailer. A licensed shop. A licensed shop. Online retailer. Online retailer. Big box retailer. Big box retailer. A wholesaler. A wholesaler. Recruit members. Recruit members. Recruit volunteers. Recruit volunteers. Recruit staff. Recruit staff. Recruit an army. Recruit an army. Recruit a regiment. Recruit a regiment. Recruit one's energies. Recruit one's energies. Recruit one's health. Recruit one's health. Recruit oneself. Recruit oneself. Recruit one's stores. Recruit one's stores. A raw recruit. A raw recruit. A new recruit. A new recruit. Beat a hasty retreat. Beat a hasty retreat. To sound the retreat. To sound the retreat. Make a strategic retreat. Make a strategic retreat. A rural retreat. A rural retreat. A mountain retreat. A mountain retreat. A summer retreat. A summer retreat. Retreating eyes. Retreating eyes. Retreat from a controversy. Retreat from a controversy. Cut off the retreat. cut off the retreat, make good one's retreat, make good one's retreat, be in full retreat, be in full retreat, to go on a Buddhist retreat, to go on a Buddhist retreat.
Reinforce the joint. Reinforce the joint. Reinforce troops. Reinforce troops. Reinforce an army. Reinforce an army. Reinforce public education. Reinforce public education. Reinforce a bank. Reinforce a bank. Reinforce efforts. Reinforce efforts. Reinforce one's argument. Reinforce one's argument. Reinforce a supply. Reinforce a supply. Reinforce one's health. Reinforce one's health. Reinforce a seawall. Reinforce a seawall. Reinforce a breakwater. Reinforce a breakwater. Reinforce a fortress. Reinforce a fortress. Reinforce national defense. Reinforce national defense. Strengthen national defense. Strengthen national defense. Rebel forces. Rebel forces. Rebel against all authority. Rebel against all authority. Rebel against tyranny. Rebel against tyranny. A rebel regime. A rebel regime. Chastise a rebel. Chastise a rebel. Suppress a rebel. Suppress a rebel. Teenage rebellion. Teenage rebellion. The seeds of rebellion. The seeds of rebellion. Raise a rebellion. Raise a rebellion. Suppress a rebellion. Suppress a rebellion. Put down a rebellion. Put down a rebellion. Plot a rebellion. Plot a rebellion. Subdue a rebellion. Subdue a rebellion. Rise in rebellion. Rise in rebellion. An armed rebellion. An armed rebellion. A thing hard to replace. A thing hard to replace. Replace coal fires by gas. Replace coal fires by gas. Replace a broken dish. Replace a broken dish. Replace a dead battery. Replace a dead battery. Replace a book on the shelf. Replace a book on the shelf. Replace borrowed money. Replace borrowed money. Replace a fuse. Replace a fuse. To replace the handset. To replace the handset. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant consent. Reluctant consent. Be reluctant to help a person. Be reluctant to help a person. Make a reluctant answer. Make a reluctant answer. A reluctant tumor. A reluctant tumor. Be reluctant to adopt. Be reluctant to adopt. Slow reluctance. Slow reluctance. Great reluctance. Great reluctance. Show reluctance to help. Show reluctance to help. Without reluctance. Without reluctance. Display reluctance. Display reluctance. A renowned author. A renowned author. A renowned scholar. A renowned scholar. Be renowned. Be renowned. Many renowned organizations. Many renowned organizations. Achieve renown. Achieve renown.
Win one's renown. Win one's renown. A man of renown. A man of renown. Wide renown. Wide renown. Imperishable renown. Imperishable renown. A casual manner. A casual manner. A casual answer. A casual answer. A casual glance. A casual glance. Casual clothes. Casual clothes. Casual workers. Casual workers. Casual labor. Casual labor. A casual customer. A casual customer. Casual expenses. Casual expenses. A casual acquaintance. A casual acquaintance. A casual friendship. A casual friendship. A casual encounter. A casual encounter. A casual meeting. A casual meeting. A casual visitor. A casual visitor. A casual remark. A casual remark. a casual passerby, a casual passerby, dressed in casuals, dressed in casuals, casual wear, or casual clothes, or casual clothes, road casualties, road casualties, heavy casualties, heavy casualties, a casualty figure, a casualty figure, casualty insurance, casualty insurance, a casualty list, a casualty list, a casualty ward, a casualty ward,